Hello, if you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if you're not new here, hey again. My name is Florence, and I'm a watercolor and digital artist and a stay-at-home mom. This video is part 2 of painting my strawberry fairy. I'll have part 1 linked in the description. I had this video split into 2 parts because of limited storage on my phone, but now I'm editing on my desktop, so I won't have that issue anymore. I also just got a new mic that I'm trying out for this video, and I want to give a huge shout out to the AARPG Podcast, who suggested this microphone on Threads, and they also gave me a lot of helpful tips. Let me know what you think of the new mic in the comments, and can you tell if there's an improvement? I feel like it makes me sound very podcasty, and that's a positive for me. Really, anything is an improvement from my phone's microphone. It's very important for me to continue to upgrade so that I can produce better quality content for y'all. In this video, I'll be continuing the Q&A where I'll be answering some more questions my followers asked me on Instagram while I finish my strawberry fairy. First question is, how long have you been painting? This is similar to one of the questions I received, which is, how long have you been doing art? But painting specifically, I've been doing for about 5 years. I first started watercolor in college. I took a class, and I actually used to hate watercolor. A few years after I graduated, I got back into art, and I did mostly ink. And then I transitioned into watercolor, and then I started doing gouache on top of watercolor. And that was back in about 2018, 2019. So seriously painting for about 5 years now. Which of the brands of watercolor papers that you use show the colors most vibrantly? I'm gonna say Arches. I haven't noticed a difference in color saturation between hot press and cold pressed, and I use hot press Arches. I do want to say that the quality of paper is really important with watercolor. There have been some cheaper brands that I've used where after I put down a few layers, the paper gets fuzzy, if that makes sense. So if you're on a budget and you can't afford Arches, which is completely understandable, I would go for either Strathmore or Canson. And I've received this question twice, but how long does it take you to complete a traditional painting and a digital painting? For traditional, it varies, but typically it takes me about 8 to 12 hours to complete. It just depends on the size and how detailed I want it to be. If I'm doing full render, like if I'm adding a lot of gouache layers on top, it would typically take me about 8 to 12 hours. For digital, sometimes it takes me a long time, sometimes it doesn't. I find that I have to be in a certain mood to really get into digital. I would say for a fully rendered digital piece, that can take me anywhere between 6 to 10 hours. If you could do art in another style, what would it be? So I have to say, look at Leigh Ellexson's art. That would be it. Her style is amazing, and I could never do it, and I have such appreciation for it. I just love looking at her art. Or Jamie Green, their art is amazing as well, so please check them out. I'll have them in my description. As always, all artists I mention, I try to link in my description so y'all can go see, follow, support, appreciate, because they're so talented. What inspires you to stay creative and motivated? My main inspiration is through nature, whether that be going on hikes, looking at waterfalls, going to plant nurseries, just nature in general. And honestly, looking at other artists, following them, watching their videos, a lot of sketchbook tours, that helps me to get motivated to keep making art for myself. I'll hit an art block every now and then, or I'll go on like a hiatus for a few months. But when I start watching artist vlogs or sketchbook tours or anything art related, it gives me the drive to get back into it. How did you improve yourself? I improved myself and still do currently. I do so by doing studies. For example, I was struggling a lot with noses. I wasn't happy with where I was at with my noses. Who are your favorite Instagram artists? Hands down, Audra Auclair is one of my most favorite artists on Instagram and just in general. Her and Jacquelin de Leon, I hope I'm pronouncing their name correctly. Both of them were the first artists I found on Instagram and who initially inspired me to start art again after college, because I had gone about 2 years after I graduated without doing anything creative, and their art helped me a lot. There are many others in no particular order: Gretel Lusky, Knives Meow, also known as Radhia, Leigh Ellexson, Kelsey Beckett, Tiff Blot, Royal Ghost March, Violet Betrayal, and Yumi Lustig. I hope I'm pronouncing their names correctly. If not, I apologize, but I'll have all of their Instagrams linked in my description so y'all can go check them out. Are you planning on going to any art shows next year? Yes, I am. I'm actually applying to a lot this year. I didn't apply to a lot of shows this past year simply because of recovery from baby and focusing on like the first year of his life. But next year I have about 15 to 20 shows that I have on my list that I'll be applying to. I'm going to be applying to Mocha Fest. I know that is very ambitious, but I just thought, why not? I'll be applying to MomoCon, AWA, and a few other local shows. So I'm hoping for good results and that they'll accept me and that I am able to have at least one show a month or every 2 months. That's the goal. Would you be interested in teaching a watercolor class? This was asked by Taylor from Mellowstone Farm, and yes, I would be interested. I definitely would have to prepare for it because just speaking to a lot of people and instructing them is a little bit out of my element, but it's something that I want to do and I would really enjoy doing it. So yeah, I think I definitely would, hopefully in the near future. Are you open for commissions? I am now, yes. I just opened recently. I haven't even announced it yet. But I'm currently working on 2, and I usually have a cap of 3 to 5. I do plan on opening like emergency commissions where I offer a discount for digital portraits. So if you're interested, let me know. Any current shows or movies you're watching or have watched recently? My husband and I just finished watching The Bear. I'm sad that we are up to date and we have to wait like another year or so because I really love it. I was telling my husband the other day that whoever wrote some of these episodes, you can tell that they've experienced that. They've experienced a certain amount of family trauma. So if you're interested in watching The Bear, just heads up, there is a lot of that in it, but it is so good. Currently, I'm rewatching Gilmore Girls because it is September now. It's officially autumn. I don't care what anybody says. And for movies, current movies, I am trying to watch the Alien movies, which is very hard for me. I've seen a lot of graphic movies in the past, but there's something about Alien that just really deeply disturbs me. So it's hard, and I'm gonna see how I feel going through them, and if I feel like it's too much, then I'll just stop. But I've seen Prometheus. I have not seen Covenant, and I did want to see the new movie that came out, but we will see. And that's all I have for y'all today for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment below, and subscribe if you like my channel. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!